This is the heartbeat of the racing operation. I'm in a racing secretary's office, and this, each morning, is where the races start. This is where the entries are made, where the racing secretary and his staff and the judges check the eligibility, and where the racing secretary ultimately puts the racing card together. Horsemen drop entries in a box in the lobby of the secretary's office 2 or 3 days before a race. At closing time for those entries, which is usually 9 o'clock in the morning, but can also be in the evening if the racing secretary wishes, the secretary and his assistant and the racing judges take those entries out of the boxes for examination and for checking. The slips are alphabetized for each race, and a cross-check is made to be certain that each horse is indeed eligible to the race in which the trainer has entered it. This check is a critical part of the entry process and is made against the racing secretary's records. If necessary, the judges or the racing secretary also can check the horse's eligibility papers, which must be in file in the secretary's office and which contain on one form all of the pertinent information about that horse's racing record for the season that could possibly be needed. A master list is then prepared, showing all of the horses in each race in alphabetical order. This list is typed by one of the racing secretary's staff and is returned to the racing secretary, who must decide which horses that have been entered will get to race. He does this by a check of when each horse last raced. This process is known as date preference. Those horses that have gone longest without a race are given preference over those that have raced more recently. The racing secretary has a file which tells exactly when a horse raced last and when it raced last before that. And the secretary and his assistant make a careful check.
7:14, 29, 22. Esperant. 7:14, 4 and 16. 7 and 17. Salome. 7:14, 4 and 17.
Once that is done, the horses are arranged in date preference order. Most tracks race fields of from 8 to 10 horses, and if there are more with the same date preference and can be raced in one race, some are drawn out of the race by lot, or the race may be split into divisions. There are 2 additional horses, also drawn by lot, that are also eligible to the race if any of the regular starters get sick or injured. The eligibility papers or racing records of the successful entries are then pulled from the file so the program department can compile the program for that racing card.
Esperant.
An important